Hook. A blade splits it open. Inside, white slime and bitter seeds. It smells like citrus and vinegar. Nothing in here tastes like chocolate. Not yet. To get from this to a glossy, snapping bar, 5 things have to go right. Miss one, and it never becomes chocolate at all. And the most important step? It isn't in the factory. It happens in a wooden box covered in banana leaves. The fruit nobody expects. This is Theobroma cacao. The name literally means food of the gods. Notice something strange. The pods don't grow on branches. They grow straight out of the trunk. That's why no machine can harvest them. It has to be a person, a machete, and an ear for ripeness. They tap it, listen for a hollow sound, cut it down by hand. One tree gives maybe 30 to 40 pods a year. That's about 2 pounds of chocolate. Per tree, per year. So where does the chocolate flavor actually come from? Not the tree, not the factory. From something rotting in a box. The secret step, fermentation. The seeds get scooped out, pulp and all. Then they're piled into boxes and covered, and left to ferment for about a week. Inside that pile, wild yeasts wake up. They eat the sugary pulp. The pile heats up over 120 degrees. And here's the magic. That heat and acid kill the seed and switch on hundreds of new flavor compounds. This is where chocolate is born. Skip fermentation and your beans taste like bitter cardboard. Forever. They turn the pile by hand to keep it even. Then the beans dry in the sun for a week or two. Moisture drops from 60% down to about 7%. Now they can travel the world without rotting. Next comes heat, but get the temperature wrong here, and you burn a whole harvest in minutes, roasting and cracking. The dried beans go into a roaster, around 250 to 300 degrees. This is the smell you know. Now it smells like chocolate. Roasting deepens the flavor and loosens the shell, and that shell is the whole point of the next step. The beans get cracked. A blast of air blows the papery shells away. What's left is the good part, the nibs, pure roasted cacao, 100% chocolate, and 100% bitter. Pop one in your mouth right now and you'd wince. So how does it get smooth? Grinding and a lazy weekend that changed everything. The nibs get ground down. And here's the surprise. They turn into a liquid. Cacao is over half fat. Cocoa butter. So grinding, it releases that fat, and it flows like lava. This is called cocoa mass, bitter, gritty, and rough on the tongue. For centuries, all chocolate was gritty. Then came 1879. The story goes that a Swiss chocolate maker named Rodolphe Lindt left his mixing machine running by accident, all weekend long. He came back Monday expecting a ruined mess. Instead, silky, glossy chocolate that melted on the tongue. He'd invented conching. Today, the chocolate is churned for hours, sometimes days, grinding the particles so fine your tongue can't feel them. That's the difference between chalky and melt in your mouth. But even now, it's not done. Pour this out, let it cool, and it hardens into something dull, streaky, and crumbly. There's one last trick that gives chocolate its snap. Tempering. The science of the snap. Here's a secret hiding in every bar. Cocoa butter can harden 6 different ways. 6 different crystal shapes. 5 of them are bad. Dull, soft, grainy. They melt on your fingers. Only one is perfect. So chocolatiers play a temperature game called tempering. Heat it up, cool it down, warm it just slightly. This coaxes the cocoa butter into that one perfect crystal. And that single crystal is what gives you everything you love. The shine, the snap, and the melt. Here's the beautiful part. That crystal melts at about 93 degrees. Your body is 98. So it stays solid in your hand and liquid the second it hits your tongue. Chocolate is engineered to melt in your mouth, literally. The final bar. The tempered chocolate is poured into molds, shaken to knock out air bubbles, then chilled in a cooling tunnel, and the bars fall right out, Glossy, solid, ready. One last fact, it takes about 400 cacao beans to make a single pound of chocolate. Every one of them picked by hand, off the trunk of a tree, in a fruit that smells like vinegar. Closing takeaway. So the next time a piece of chocolate melts on your tongue, remember what it went through. A bitter seed, a week of rot, fire, and a lazy Swiss weekend. And 6 crystals, chasing the one that's perfect. Chocolate isn't grown, it's made one impossible step at a time.